extreme heat, to stand up to the ruthless rigors of the Army field laundry, to feel good against the skin, to look smart, and to come in under budget. It might be easier to resolve the conflicts in the Middle East. Let us begin at Building 110, which is what everyone calls it. Officially, it was christened the Woolette Thermal Test Facility, lending a flirtatious French flair to lethal explosions and disfiguring burns. Misspelled as Ewelette at the Natick building inventory, and Owlette on the sign outside the building. Somebody burn for that one. The head textile technologist is a slim, classy, 50-ish woman of fine-grained good looks, dressed today in a cream-colored cable-knit wool tunic. I took her to be the Woolette, and then she opened her mouth to speak and a hammered flat Boston accent flew out and slammed into my ear. She is an Auerbach, Margaret Auerbach, but around 110, she's just Peggy, her flame goddess. When someone in the industry thinks they've built a better flame-resistant fabric, a sample comes to Auerbach for testing. Some people submit swatches, others optimistically ship off whole bolts. Their hopes may be undone by a single strand of thread. To see what our guys might be inhaling, Auerbach heats a few centimeters of thread to around 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit. The fumes produced by this are identified by gas chromatography. Flame-resistant textiles, some anyway, work via heat-released chemicals. Auerbach needs to be sure the chemicals aren't more dangerous than the flames themselves. Once established that the textile is non-toxic, Auerbach sets about testing its flame-stopping metal. This is done in part with a big, scary laser, as the sticker on its side reads. Auerbach places a swatch in the laser's sights. And here's the best part. To activate this laser, you push a giant red button. The beam is calibrated to deliver a scaled-down burst of energy representative of an insurgent's bomb, a teacup IED. A sensor behind the swatch measures the heat passing through, yielding a figure for how much protection the fabric provides and what degree burn would result. Auerbach switches on a vacuum pump that sucks the swatch tight against the sensor. This is done to approximate an explosion's pressure wave, the dense pileup of accelerated air that can knock a person flat. More subtly, it forces clothing flush against the skin, which can heighten the heat transfer and worsen the burn. One of the winning attributes of Defender M, the textile of the current flame-resistant Army combat uniform, or FRACU, the guys call it Frac U, is that it balloons away from the body as it burns. The downside to Defender M has been that it tears easily. They're working on this. The same thing that keeps it comfortable in hot weather also makes it weaker. It's mostly rayon, which draws moisture but has low, wet strength. If a garment tears open in the chaos of an explosion, now the protective thermal barrier is gone. Now you're toast. The manufacturer throws a little Kevlar in, but it still isn't as strong as Nomex, a fiber often used for firefighter uniforms. Nomex also has superior flame resistance. It buys you at least 5 seconds before your clothes ignite. Auerbach explains that this is especially important for crews inside tanks and aircraft, where they can't roll, drop, and, she rewinds. Drop, stop, what is it? Stop, drop, and roll? Thank you. Why not make all Army uniforms out of Nomex? Poor moisture management. Not the best choice for troops running around sweating in the Middle East. And Nomex is expensive and difficult to print with camouflage. This is how it goes with protective textiles. Everything is a trade-off. Everything is a problem. Even the color. Darker colors reflect less heat. They absorb and transfer more of it to the skin. Auerbach goes across the lab to get a swatch of camouflage print cloth. She points to a black area. You can see this has a pucko where it was absorbing more heat. It has a what?